Ever woken up from a dream so vivid, so bizarre, that you just lie there for a minute thinking, what on earth was that? You've just flown over a city made of cheese, or had a full conversation with your childhood pet, or found yourself in an exam you haven't studied for since high school. We spend about a third of our lives asleep, and a good chunk of that time is spent in these strange, cinematic worlds of our own making. But why? Why do we dream? For centuries, this question has fascinated everyone, from ancient philosophers to modern neuroscientists. Early civilizations often saw dreams as messages from the gods or windows into the future. The ancient Egyptians had entire books dedicated to interpreting them. The Greeks and Romans believed they could be omens, good or bad. And while we might not be looking to our dreams for prophecies anymore, the quest to understand them is more intense than ever. So let's dive into what science tells us. One of the most famous theories, of course, comes from Sigmund Freud. He called dreams the royal road to the unconscious. Freud believed that our dreams are a playground for our deepest, often repressed wishes and desires. That dream about missing a flight, maybe it's not about the flight at all, but a fear of missing out on a major life opportunity. According to Freud, everything in a dream is a symbol, a hidden message from the deepest parts of our psyche. While many of his ideas are debated today, he really kicked off the modern scientific conversation about dreams. But let's fast forward to what our brain scanners are telling us. When we sleep, our brain doesn't just switch off. It goes through cycles, and the most famous part of that cycle is REM sleep, rapid eye movement. This is when most of our vivid, story-like dreams happen. During REM sleep, our brains are surprisingly active, almost as active as when we're awake. But at the same time, our body is essentially paralyzed, a mechanism called muscle atonia, which thankfully stops us from acting out our dreams. Imagine flailing around your room every time you dreamt you were a superhero. So, what's the brain doing during all this activity? One popular modern theory is the threat simulation theory. Think of it like a virtual reality training program for your brain. Our ancestors faced constant threats, predators, rivals, natural disasters. This theory suggests that dreams evolved as a way to safely rehearse our responses to these dangers. That recurring dream about being chased? It might just be your brain's way of running a fire drill, practicing your fight or flight response so you'll be better prepared if you ever face a real threat. It's a survival training simulator running every night for free. Another compelling idea is that dreams are crucial for memory. All day, we're bombarded with information, experiences, and emotions. Our brain can't possibly store all of it. So at night, it gets to work sorting through the day's events. It's like a mental filing clerk, deciding what's important enough to be moved into long-term storage and what can be tossed out. Dreams might be a side effect of this process, a sort of highlight reel of the memories being consolidated. This could explain why we often dream about things that happen to us during the day, even if they're mixed up in strange and wonderful ways. It's not just about remembering facts, but also about processing emotions. A dream might be our brain's way of working through a difficult argument or a stressful event, stripping away the raw emotion so we can deal with the memory more calmly the next day. It's emotional first aid. And then there's the theory that dreams are simply noise. The activation synthesis hypothesis suggests that during REM sleep, your brainstem sends a bunch of random electrical signals up to the cortex, the thinking part of your brain. Your cortex, which is always trying to make sense of everything, receives these random signals, bits of memories, emotions, and sensations, and does its best to weave them into a coherent story. The result, a bizarre dream. According to this view, dreams don't have an intrinsic meaning. They're just our brain's attempt to create a narrative out of chaos. So which one is it? Are dreams our hidden desires, a survival simulator, a memory filing system, or just random brain static? The truth is, it's probably a little bit of all of them. Dreaming is a complex, multifaceted process, and a single theory might not be enough to explain it all. They could be a tool for emotional regulation, a space for creative problem solving, and a mechanism for strengthening memory, all rolled into one. What we do know is that dreams are not just meaningless fluff. They are a fundamental part of our biology, a window into the incredible, mysterious workings of the human brain. So the next time you wake up from a wild, unforgettable dream, instead of just shrugging it off, take a moment. Appreciate the nightly masterpiece your mind just created. Because you've just been to the most exclusive cinema in the world, your own. and the show runs every single night.